Okay, so we'll get started. Today is about love languages. So I'm not sure how many of you have heard about Cary Chapman's love language books. He's written a few. His first one was the basic 5 love languages, but he's developed the concept and written some explicit books for different groups. So love languages within the family, within marriage, with teens, with children. He's even written a book for the military. So he's obviously done some work for the military. And I've just seen today actually that he's written one specifically within the workplace around affirmation within the workplace. So it's a great concept, and I just thought it would be a nice, positive, uplifting topic for today. So it's a little bit of a difference to some of the more intense, I think, topics that we've had. But I'm hoping that you'll be able to take away at least one little thing from it. So the idea around his 5 love languages is that everyone gives and receives love in a preferred way. So sometimes the way we receive love, though, is different from the way we show love to others. And we all have our unique and different personalities. So that obviously makes sense that we express and receive love in different ways as well. So this means that when we speak in our preferred love language, according to Cary Chapman, that our relationships will be strengthened. So we'll feel more connected to others, and obviously if we're more connected to them, that others will feel more connected to us as well. So knowing our preferred love language will help us understand ourselves, and love languages will really encourage us to be genuine in our relationships. So we all have relationships that will be positively impacted by knowing love languages. And it's not just a concept reserved for only romantic relationships either. So if you're not in a relationship, this doesn't exclude you. So you don't have an excuse to get out of the WebEx or not listen on YouTube, because we're all got social connections. So whether it's with families, children, friends, or colleagues, love languages and knowing the love languages and understanding ourselves will really give you more confidence in any social and personal connection that you have. So the first love language that I wanted to talk about is quality time. So this is about spending purposeful and meaningful time with someone, and you have to be mentally present though. So it's not, sitting there going, yes, 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 and then at the same time, texting like this. So it's very much around having meaningful time. So it's not about doing something extra special. So you don't have to sit there in a special, wonderful, romantic location or do something, radically out there. It's about being fully present and having focused attention. So if quality time is one of your preferred love languages, do you seek out quality time? And that would be something, obviously, that would be indicative to you if quality time is your preferred way of showing love. Is quality time essential for you to feel connected with those that you value? How do you feel after spending time with someone? So after spending time with a friend, do you go, wow, I really got a buzz, I really felt connected? Potentially quality time is one of your preferred ways of showing love. When you receive love from someone who really values quality time, you will see and hear that they are seeking out your time, that they're really making an effort to catch up. And we all have those people in our lives who really make an effort, who really communicate a priority to catch up with you. They're potentially showing their love for you through saying that they want to spend time with you. The second love language that we're looking at is physical touch. And this one is about any wanted and consensual physical contact. And it's around an expression of connection, around acceptance and love. So this is obviously a challenging one during COVID for those who really love hugging. We've all got huggers in our lives, or maybe you're a hugger that, you see someone, you just go, oh, I want to say hello and give you a hug. And that's obviously a really challenging time for you at the moment if this is your preferred way of showing love. So do you warmly greet family and friends in non-COVID times with a big hug? Because if you do, and if you seek that, then potentially, physical love and physical touch is one of your preferred ways of demonstrating your love. And as I said before, you might have those people who are huggers in your life, and they would be very obvious to you because they come and, you're encroached in a hug before you know it. The third love language is words of affirmation. So this is validating someone through verbal compliments and through affirmations. So it's words of praise, encouragement, words that give even positive guidance. They all demonstrate and show and say that you care for the person. So if words of affirmation is one of your preferred ways of communicating your love and your affection for someone, it would come through in the way you speak, obviously. So it would be encouraging. It would be affirming. So do you give words of affirmation and positive feedback to others on a regular basis? Are you genuine in your encouragement and words of affection for others? So receiving love from someone who is a real encourager. Do you know someone who is really encouraging? They share words of affirmation really regularly. My husband, his preferred language is words of affirmation. So he'll say, "Oh, thank you. This is so good. This is the best dinner." And so, he's very, very affirming in his language. And it's very, very obvious to know that that's his preferred method of love language. So the next one is acts of service, and this is not being a slave to someone. This is actually my one, and so I needed to say that because I don't want to be termed a slave, but I do like doing favours and things that will help make someone's life easier and just to help them out. So it's doing something acting out of love. So at home, it might be doing something that is generally someone else's job. So every now and again, I'll go, oh, rather than reminding that it's rubbish night, I'll go and put the bins out, even though they're really heavy and they can get a little bit out of control down the bit of the hill. I'll go, no, I'll do that because I've thought about it, and rather than reminding. So maybe at work, it might be helping out a colleague to take their yard duty if they're really busy. Do you remember what yard duty is? That's what you do when you're at school and there's kids there. That was a little sarcastic, wasn't it? Okay, moving on. So if you have the preferred love language of acts of service, you potentially would just jump in and give someone a hand. You'd initiate doing something for someone. If someone's demonstrating that to you, they might be someone who's offering to help. They might be someone who just sees that you could benefit from some support doing something, and they'll just jump in out of kindness. You also can hear it. So even though it's an action and a behaviour demonstrated by others, you can actually hear it in people because they'll often say something like, "Hey, I can do that to help you," or "Let me do that." So that's an interesting one that you actually can hear it as well. Another love language is giving and receiving gifts. Who does not like chocolates or flowers or champagne or something like that? So this one is about making or purchasing meaningful gifts. They do require an effort though, or a thought, or take time. So it is about a sacrifice. So it's not just, oh, I've got something extra and here you go. It's actually about a bit of a sacrifice as well. And it's indicative of a person who wants to give a gift for no reason. So you would see that if someone is saying, "Oh, that's so nice. Why did you give me that?" Just because I wanted to. Or you might be someone that sees something in the shops and says, "Oh, wow, I could give that to whoever because I know that they like plants," or whatever it is. Do you love giving gifts? Do you get excited and love that moment when you're handing something over and you're almost more excited than the person who's getting it? That potentially is because giving gifts may be your preferred love language. And receiving love this way is if you are the lucky recipient of flowers, chocolates, or gifts, like bring it on. So this concept of love languages can be translated into work, into what we're doing every day. So how do you prefer and give appreciation to those who you work with? Do you send a note? Do you say something in person that you appreciate work? What is it that you do to be able to appreciate work, appreciation in others at work? And then on a personal note, I'd just like you to take time to identify how you feel when you receive love from others. So if someone's spending quality time with you, does that help you feel loved? Is it the physical touch and the physical affection? Is it when someone gives you a hand and you're receiving an act of service? Is it if you're hearing words of encouragement and affirmation? Or is it being thought of and receiving a gift? So when we communicate to others about how we receive love, they'll be able to better express their love to us. So if you really enjoy and need quality time to feel loved, you need to express that, whether it's to your parents or your mother or your partner or son, whoever it is. You need to express, this is how I feel loved. So the challenge for tonight is to raise this conversation at dinner. See if you know each other's love language. It's a really fun topic. You could learn something new about someone. So see how you go. And the challenge is set. See if you can work out how others like to feel, how you express your love to them. So have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you next week.